The Gateway GWTC 1162, or this laptop, is probably the cheapest laptop on Walmart that is not a Chromebook. With a price point starting at just $200 or $140 if you want it refurbished, this is not only a touchscreen laptop, but it is also convertible, which I think is pretty cool. The specs, however, are not very cool. We have an Intel Celeron N4020 processor, which thank goodness is 64-bit actually. I didn't know they still made Celeron processors. We have Intel UHD 600 graphics and 4 GB of LPDDR4 RAM. And really we're gonna look at the performance and usability of Windows 10 on this laptop. Starting with the graphics, we're gonna test a few games out on this thing. Sonic Robo Blast 2 runs flawlessly on this entry-level laptop. No need to tweak any settings with this game. It just runs perfectly out of the box. Moving on to a more resource-hungry game, Super Tux Kart. This game runs at about 30 FPS and is playable. However, I have encountered crashes when scaling up the resolution to full screen, but on the default settings, it works fine. YouTube playback is smooth and steady from the start. No need to crank up the resolution as it is already high definition. Skipping and scanning is relatively fast with little to no load up times. Minecraft Classic also has decent performance. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the real version of Minecraft because I didn't want to pay for it. Finally, one more web game, Subway Surfers, also has flawless performance. So just about any web game will work on this computer, but you obviously can't expect to play any AAA games or any high-end games on this computer. It's not a gaming computer. Pretty much web games is all you got. Honestly, Minecraft will probably push this thing to its limits. To wrap it up for the graphics testing, here's the output of the Aquarium WebGL tester. You will see that on average we're getting about 40 FPS, which is honestly not bad for this laptop. It's better than I expected. And it loads up fairly quickly. Moving on to other aspects of the machine, we have full touchscreen support with Windows 10. If you're simply looking for a cheap Windows tablet, I don't know who would do that. This is a pretty good option for you. Multi-touch gestures such as scrolling and zooming work perfectly. So here's the webcam on this computer. Now obviously it's okay. I mean, it's not a great camera, but obviously you can hear me and see me clearly. It captures motion fairly decently for a webcam. Now obviously I'm betting whatever you have in your phone has got to be much better than this camera, and I wouldn't use this to like film a movie or something like that, but just for like simple webcam stuff, you know, like say a Zoom meeting or stuff like that nature, this would get the job done just fine. Now to test the speakers. To be honest, they're pretty meh speakers. They're not great. They're not horrible. They're fine. Whatever. That's basically all I have to say about the speakers. So, overall, for basic tasks like web browsing and media playback and even simple web games, this is not a bad option. However, Chromebooks are about the same spec point as this, and they're $100 cheaper. So, unless you have some reason that compels you to use Windows, I'd strongly suggest you actually get a Chromebook instead of this laptop, because you'll get the same specs for a much lower price point. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.